My name is Sarah. The events I'm about to describe may sound like something out of a soap opera, but they are all true. To me, they represent a past I'd rather not remember. It all began when I was approaching my late 20s. As those around me got married, I felt a growing sense of loneliness, as if I was being left behind. I was literally desperate to get married. Perhaps that made me somewhat blind to love. Anyone who would say they liked me was good enough. In this state of mind, I asked a friend at work if they knew anyone suitable. Not really expecting much. Surprisingly, they did introduce someone. Even a lawyer, a profession that many would envy. I'll be honest, the thought of dating a lawyer and the sense of superiority it would bring was appealing. So, I eagerly asked my friend to set it up. Nice to meet you, I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you, too. I'm Ryan. That was our first meeting. Ryan seemed like a nice, serious, and kind young man, exactly the type of person I wanted as a boyfriend. I assume you know, but I work as a lawyer. I'm just a regular office worker. I get a bit nervous talking to a lawyer. Oh, I'm not that difficult to talk to in my private life. In fact, I'm often told I'm too frivolous. Really? That's unexpected. I get that a lot. I assume you heard from a friend that I only graduated from high school. I really shouldn't be in a position to talk with a lawyer. Nonsense. Your educational background doesn't matter. Please, see me as an individual. Ryan. Thank you. You see, I couldn't go to university because of my family's situation. At the time, it didn't bother me, but once I entered the workforce, every time someone looked at the education section of my resume ending with high school and frowned, I realized the world wasn't so forgiving. However, Ryan said he didn't care about that, which made me genuinely happy. He was easy to talk to, had plenty of topics to discuss, and knew how to make me feel entertained. I enjoyed our conversations, and the atmosphere felt right. Is it this late already? Are you going home by taxi? Yes, that's the plan. Then, please let me pay for it. Oh, that would be too much. We've just met today. That's exactly why. What? Could we possibly meet again? I'll pay for the taxi now, and in return, please go on another date with me. I couldn't refuse. His words sounded like something from a soap opera, and my heart fluttered in a way it never had before. I mistook this for the beginning of love. After that, we began to meet frequently. Most of the time, Ryan initiated our meetings. Surely, he took a liking to me. I thought so selfishly. Here, would you accept this? What is it? Open it. I bought it thinking it would suit you. I hope you like it. Wow. It's a necklace from a popular brand. Yes. I asked the store clerk for a recommendation, and this is what they suggested. Thank you. I'm really happy. Good to hear that you like it. We were an ideal couple that anyone would envy. He was a lawyer by profession, kind-hearted, paid for all our dates, and never missed giving gifts. All my friends were envious when I told them about him. Perhaps I was a bit conceited in that environment. And it didn't take long for us to get married. Ryan proposed after we'd been dating for 6 months. And of course, I immediately said yes. At the time, I thought nothing of it. But now I think getting married after only 6 months was too soon. We were probably only seeing each other's good sides, not even trying to see the bad. It was undoubtedly premature. Of course, everyone around us celebrated. I had friends who were envious, and I felt very good about it. Now newlyweds, however, I soon realized that this marriage was a mistake. Ryan, you're late again today? Yeah, there's a company party, so I don't need dinner. Okay. But we're newlyweds. I thought maybe we could spend a little more time together. What? What do you think I'm working hard for? That is, since you became part-time after we got married, our household income has dropped. So it's only natural I have to work, right? Yes, I really appreciate that. Then stop complaining. You just need to keep quiet and follow what I say. Okay, I'll do that. Since getting married, I quit my job and started working part-time at a supermarket near our new home. I had more time, and since my husband was a high-income lawyer, we weren't struggling financially. Everyone at my new job was friendly and easy to talk to. Yet, despite having more time and financial comfort, I felt a hole in my heart every day, feeling lonely. I doubted Ryan would understand even if I expressed this to him. Ryan used to understand me better than anyone else, and I could consult him about anything. I wonder when I started feeling the need to be overly cautious around him. Looking back, it seems to have started after we got married. After we officially became husband and wife, Ryan's personality changed completely. Could this be his true character? Had he been pretending all this time? Could it be that he revealed his true self only after making sure I couldn't escape by marrying me? Thinking this far, I was horrified. I should stop thinking such strange thoughts. It couldn't possibly be true for Ryan. To prove my thoughts wrong, I made an effort to express my feelings to him. Hey Ryan, would you like to go out to eat sometime soon? There's a place I've been wanting to try. Out to eat? Give me a break. I've been going out with my boss every day. I want to rest on my days off. You might feel that way, but I've been stuck at home. I'd like to go out to eat once in a while. Huh? Are you asking me to indulge your whims? Well, calling it whims. You don't have to say it like that. I just wanted to go out with you, Ryan. That's exactly what being whimsical is. You know, that's quite bothersome. Why would you say that? When we were dating, we used to go out to eat together and visit various places. Well, when we were dating, I had to bait the fish, didn't I? What? Haven't you heard? Men don't feed the fish they've caught. I didn't care as long as I got a wife who would obey me. That's so, how can you say that? What's the problem? You have an easy job, and you're not struggling for money, right? It's not about that. I wanted to build a happy home together. Oh, I'm not interested in that. Ryan said this nonchalantly, waving his hand dismissively. I couldn't stop my tears. I had been deceived by Ryan all this time. It was wrong of me to be deceived, but this was too much. I immediately considered divorce. It hadn't been long since we got married, but I couldn't bear to be with such a person. Yet, I didn't have the courage to consult my friends or parents. After receiving such blessings from everyone, the idea of getting a divorce so quickly, I just didn't have the courage to tell them. Anyway, I proposed a divorce to Ryan. Ryan, I never thought you were this kind of person. Huh? What, you just realized this is my true nature and you're disillusioned now? Yes, I'm disappointed. Fortunately, we don't have children, and I want a divorce. Divorce? You, who works part-time, want a divorce? Yes. That's hilarious. How do you plan to live after divorcing me? When you've been living off my income? That's. You can't even consult your friends or parents, can you? If you leave me, you'll really have nowhere to go, right? That may be true, but being treated like a servant by you here is far worse. What did you say? Let's get a divorce, Ryan. I can't stay with you anymore. I don't want to. Is that so? If you insist that much, I'll grant you the divorce. But remember, you'll be the one crawling back to me, because I am a lawyer. Ryan insulted me, calling me useless and good for nothing. But I gritted my teeth and endured, handing him the divorce papers. His words were cruel but true. I had nowhere to go. I didn't want to worry my parents, and I couldn't tell my friends, who had blessed me so warmly, about this reality. Ryan was cold until the end. The moment I filled out the divorce papers, he chased me out, saying, "Get out now. You are a stranger to me." With few belongings, I quickly packed and was thrown out of the house. The next day, as if being chased away, I rolled my suitcase aimlessly, fortunate that it was still light outside. I have to work tomorrow, so I need to find a nearby hotel or something. Is that you, Sarah? Huh? I turned around to the sudden voice and saw my best friend Nicole, who had given the friend representative speech at my wedding. Why are you rolling a suitcase around? Don't tell me you ran away from home. Just kidding, though. Nicole. What? Seeing Nicole's innocent smile, I couldn't stop my tears and started sobbing. Sensing something, Nicole invited me, "Come to my place for now." So, what happened? You don't have to say if you don't want to. Nicole had always been this way. She seemed tough and brusque. But she cared about me more than anyone and knew how to read the situation. I loved Nicole for that. I was really happy when she celebrated my marriage. Thinking about that, I started crying again. You know, I might be overstepping, but is it about your husband? What? Did I hit the mark with that face? Yes, but how did you know? Well, it's just a hunch. But you know, that husband, Ryan, right? He seemed a bit shady from the moment I met him. Is that so? But I didn't say anything because you looked so happy, thinking it would be tactless to speak up. Maybe I should have told you. No, I probably wouldn't have paid any attention even if you had told me at that time. Yeah, that was highly likely. Thank you, Nicole. For what? I feel a bit better thanks to you. That's good. But, don't you have more you want to talk about? Yeah. For now, just stay over tonight. It looks like you ran out of your house without a place to stay, right? Thank you, Nicole. Nicole's kindness brought tears to my eyes again. She teased me about crying too much, but even that made me happy. And I ended up crying even more. Eventually, I cried myself out while she rubbed my back. While staying at Nicole's place, I searched for what I really wanted to do. Of course, while continuing to work part-time. I tried to pay the rent from my modest salary. But she wouldn't accept it until I earned a bit more. I thought hard about what I wanted to do, what I really enjoyed. Once I figured out my feelings, I planned to tell my parents about the divorce. By the way, Nicole. Yeah? Didn't you have a boyfriend? Is it okay for me to stay here? Oh, that's fine. We got divorced. What, you were married? Why didn't you tell me? I would have brought a gift. It was more like we just got married because it felt right at the moment. And it wasn't really a celebratory mood. That's so. And, as expected, we got divorced. It was good that I didn't bother mentioning it. That was why I thought maybe you had some worries. When I saw how down you were, Sarah. I see. But honestly, the divorce isn't finalized yet. He's not agreeing to it. I'm actually in the middle of trying to get it officially done. Is that like you're in court? Kind of. He's demanding alimony, but I don't think I need to pay. I think so too. But he just won't accept it. So it's dragging on. Couldn't a lawyer settle this quickly? I thought so too, but his lawyer is quite skilled. Every time we go to court and it looks like we might lose, my lawyer quit at once. That's terrible. Well, never mind my story. Just relax. Okay. Learning about Nicole's situation, I started studying law in between my part-time jobs. Initially, I wanted to understand what she was going through. As I studied, I surprisingly found myself enjoying learning about law. The more I learned, the more engrossed I became, devouring books on law. I never imagined that this would significantly change my life. After a few years, I quit my part-time job. And Nicole was still in divorce mediation with her husband. However, our circumstances had drastically changed. Nicole and I were in front of the courthouse. Today was Nicole's 5th divorce mediation session. We entered the courthouse in suits, and the lawyer we had hired was already there. Hello, I'm Nicole. Hello, I'm honored to take your case. My name is Ryan. Huh? There stood my ex-husband, Ryan. I wasn't surprised, but Ryan seemed shocked to see me. Wait, what? Why are you here? I'm here because I'm Nicole's friend. I came because I was worried. You're accompanying a friend? That's funny. Ryan made a disdainful remark. Nicole looked upset, but I assured her with my eyes. I wouldn't expect a high school graduate to be here in court. It's so out of place. Oh, you might get sued. Let's not talk about that. Please focus on representing me today. All right. But you'll owe me a lot if we win. After all, it seems many lawyers have given up on this case. Ryan laughed crudely and entered the courtroom. We followed. Let's start by having everyone introduce themselves. I've already said this many times, but I'm Nicole's husband, Jason. And I'm his wife, Nicole. Let's review the reasons and circumstances for the divorce. Jason, could you start? Yes. Thus, the solemn divorce mediation began. The proceedings went smoothly. But it was clear that Jason's lawyer was formidable, and we were at a disadvantage. I didn't know before, but it turned out Ryan's lawyer skills weren't so great. He couldn't argue back, and he was sweating profusely. Nicole, who should have been the client, sighed. That concludes our argument. Considering the situation, I think it's fair for Nicole to pay the alimony. Understood. Now, let's hear from Nicole. Well, this is. Excuse me, Your Honor, may I have a word? What? As Ryan wiped his sweat and attempted to speak, Nicole quickly raised her hand. Surprised, Ryan inadvertently dropped his handkerchief to the floor. I apologize for the interruption during the trial, but I would like to change my lawyer. Huh? What? Legally, it is possible to change lawyers during the proceedings. But you will need to appoint a replacement lawyer. Yes, I am aware of that. What are you talking about? I would like to request that Ms. Sarah White, a law student here, take over as my lawyer instead of Mr. Ryan Baker. Huh? What did you say? Sarah is a law student. Wait, you want to appoint Sarah as your lawyer? Your Honor, is that acceptable? If both parties agree, I have no objections. Of course, I have no objections. The opposing lawyer looked at us as if watching something amusing, his gaze dripping with scorn. He must think that a mere law student couldn't possibly win against him. Wait a minute. I didn't hear about this. I am your lawyer. That may have been true, but it doesn't seem like you can win against him. Therefore, I'd rather ask Sarah, my most trusted friend. Do you even realize what you're saying? A law student defending is unusual enough. But to entrust your defense to a dropout like her? Yes, any problems? Of course there's a problem. Your Honor, let's adjourn this trial. Why is that? This woman is a high school graduate with hardly any brains. It's wrong for someone like her to even enter a courtroom. I can't let that stand. What do you mean? As it turns out, she is affiliated with one of the country's top law schools and has achieved the top academic honors there. What? Huh? She is fully capable as a lawyer. Certainly more than someone who judges others by their education. What are you talking about? This woman, top of her class. Now, let's proceed. Mr. Baker, if you have any issues, would you like to be excused from the court? What? Well. Ordered to leave, Ryan protested and caused a scene, which only garnered more disfavor from the judge. Eventually, Ryan couldn't say anything more and left the courtroom saying, "Do whatever you want." In cases where a student represents, a guardian is required. But the judge offered to take on that role. Unbeknownst to others, it was the judge who had recommended me for this position. He had recognized my talent as a law student early on. Although it might sound self-serving, I believe my ability to absorb legal knowledge is exceptional. Although I never liked studying much, I seem to be a different person when it comes to law. Perhaps my motivation to help Nicole also played a role. It was only later that I realized I also had a desire to become a better lawyer than Ryan. So, when Nicole chose me over Ryan and the judge revealed my true identity, I felt incredibly validated. The frustrations I had been holding back cleared up in an instant. When Ryan was leaving the courtroom, he seemed so small. I couldn't believe I had once loved such a man and had been manipulated by him. That made me incredibly angry. But for now, I needed to focus on the present. In the end, Nicole and we won the case. Surprisingly, it turned out that being a lawyer was my true calling. Nicole and I rejoiced, holding hands. This event quickly became news. The story of a law student defeating a skilled lawyer was unprecedented. And ironically, my educational background made it even more sensational. The headline read, "Your aspirations have nothing to do with your education." And I was featured in the media every day. Consequently, Ryan, who had looked down on me, also became news. Portrayed as the lowest of the low among lawyers. With such a label, Ryan was inevitably fired from his law firm. After such reports, re-employment might be difficult for him. One day, Ryan contacted me. "Sarah, I was wrong. I apologize. So, can you explain to the media? What I said about you was a misunderstanding." A misunderstanding? What's misunderstood? Isn't it all true? Don't say that. Look, if it helps, we can get back together, right? I'm astonished. You really live in a fantasy world. What? Goodbye. I don't want to see or talk to you anymore. Wait, Sarah. I forcefully ended the call. It's been months since I last contacted him. And I don't know what he's up to now, but he's probably not leading a decent life. Nicole and I now live together in a sort of roommate situation. Free of the burdens we once carried, enjoying life more than ever. Whether we'll ever marry again, I don't know. But at least for now, the freedom we have is priceless to us.